Hey, good morning, everyone. Powerful people. I am doing a one card pull from the Archangel Metatron deck today, and it is Friday, March 12th, 2021. And let's see what Archangel Metatron has to share with us today. Akashic Records. Evaluation and review. So, the Akashic Records is the library that is holding all the information of all your past lives, future lives, and present. All your timelines, all the different lives that your soul has lived, not only in this dimension, the third dimension, but other dimensions as well. Evaluation and review. The Akashic Records are part of what we would call the Matrix, as is the soul. When we as spirit beings as unity consciousness, that being all whole, all part of source, that of source, we had all the information, all the wisdom, knew all that ever was, ever will be, and is, all in one moment. That's called the void, if you will, God. And God, us, being pure consciousness, with all this information, knowledge, and wisdom of ever that was, will be, and is, didn't have the ability to experience all this wisdom, information, and knowledge. So much like we could see a cell that does its division and moves into two, God divided and moved into two with the ability to observe of himself and the information, wisdom, and knowledge that he contained, he is now able to experience. And for that to happen, then it became a structure that was built to be able to contain the experience, which then built the illusion of separateness, being separate from God, when it's actually just God witnessing himself. Spoke about this yesterday as the observer. So then within that, tools had to be created for source or God to be able to use in his ability to experience himself, the wisdom, the knowledge, all the information that he holds. And with that, the tools that were being built, one is the soul. And the soul goes into the Akashic Records to pull the soul agreements and the soul contracts of what that spirit will move through in physical incarnation here on earth. And that soul, all the agreements and contracts, go back and look at the past lives, future lives, based on specific timelines, and creates the contracts and the agreements that that soul is going to incarnate here onto earth. And that is done in the Akashic Records. So the soul, the Akashic Records, the physical body, the ego mind are all tools just for Source to be able to experience himself with the wisdom, knowledge, information that he contains, being whole, sitting in pure, unconditional love, sitting in the void. Well, there is nothing and everything in between. So, review, evaluation and review. What does this mean? Really, this is what is the awareness that we come into in remembering who we really are? And what is that level of consciousness? Because your consciousness is really just a level of awareness. And that awareness, the more you become aware of who you really are, that you are Source, that you are more powerful than you will ever know within the physical context of the body and the mind. We are so limited in our perception through the sensory organs and sensory system that we have here in this physical world for us to be able to really know exactly how powerful we really are. That awareness of coming into that is the raising level of consciousness. And that, in the physical form, in this dense reality called the third reality, is a frequency that we emit, because everything is energy at the end of the day. So the evaluation and review is not about judgment and you are bad, therefore you go here, and you are good and you're doing right, just deeds, so you go here. It's not that. It's about where you are consciously with your awareness and stepping into your wisdom of who you really are, lifting the veil of forgetting who you are, lifting that veil of illusion, and stepping in and knowing that you are Source, that there is no separation. It's unity consciousness at the end of the day. That knowing is a raising of your level of frequency, your energy that you are emitting. And that is the evaluation. That is the review. That is the judgment. So we can just take all those words out because we decided to, somewhere along the line with the ego mind, create new definitions and boxes around those. So rather than judgment or review or any of that, I like to call it discernment. Discerning. What is your frequency? What is your energy level? And at that energy level, what is the frequency that you are emitting out into the ethers, which is the matrix, which is the Akashic Records? What is the frequency that is being imprinted upon within the Akashic Records? Now, this Akashic Records is also that of what creates your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is the vinyl record. Your ego mind is the record player. And the Akashic Records is what's being imprinted upon, which is the vinyl record. And that sits there. And we are in very special times right now because we are evolving consciously as a human species. And in that evolutionary process, we're becoming aware of who we are and what the Akashic Records are, what the subconscious mind is, how much that plays a role in who we are, how we show up, how we get caught in the karmic loop. That is the karmic loop, is getting caught into the imprints or the imprintation that has been put onto our vinyl record player or that's been put onto our subconscious mind, the Akashic Records. And when you become aware of who you really are, the planet is going through her evolutionary process as well. She's raising her level of frequency. That is affecting us. It is assisting us as humanity to move into higher levels of consciousness as well. We are receiving energetic help and vibrations and frequencies from our intergalactic family, We are receiving this on a universe support system of information. We have a central sun of our galaxy that is also assisting us in this evolution of consciousness. We have just moved out of an age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius, just on December 20th, on the winter solstice. We are completing cycles and starting a new one. And in that process, we are moving in on a whole new chapter of humanity. And the Akashic Records, anything that is not serving us, anything that is not real, anything other than love is not real, is being cleared of our Akashic Records, is being cleared of our subconscious mind. Karma is being wiped and cleared away if you are stepping into and allowing pure consciousness, Christ consciousness, super consciousness, God mind, pure unconditional love to come in through the energy body, which is the chakra system, and opening up the heart center to be able to bring in the masculine and the feminine energies to come into pure harmony and balance. We are allowing and bringing in the feminine energy to come into balance with the masculine energy that we've been living through the Piscean age. In the Aquarius age, we are bringing the feminine energy back. I'm not talking male and female, I'm talking energies and the archetypes that go with the two forms of energy, anabolic and catabolic energy. There is no right or wrong, there's no good or bad. But it's bringing these energies into the heart center, into the energetic body that you are, the light being that you are, and having that alchemize into the heart chakra. Now, what do we do with this? Now it's time, how do I bring that spirit being, that light being, into the physical form of the physical body? That is what we call YOKIN, or yoga, and the 8 limbs of yoga, and the different ways in which you can do things in order to bring your spirit being in within the physical incarnation, and to have that YOKIN in the balance of how to live a spiritual life while in a manifested physical form. And that is the ability to release the karmic debt, to wipe clean the record of any imprint that is not real, that is anything other than love, releasing that and letting it go, learning the lessons from that of what we learn, through that of what I do not want allows me to know what I do. Then to have that knowledge, and then it's time to start integrating it, having a spiritual practice, having the ability to have a discipline about knowing what is of your spirit mind and that of what is of the ego mind, and becoming aware of that, and then knowing that you are separate from the ego mind identity and or the physical identity, but they are tools for you to use so that you can move through this reality and to experience in the physical form with an emotional being that you are, that will then serve you to have empathy and unconditional love, which brings you back to unity and wholeness. And through that, just the pure joy of experience. Experiencing that of what you know, of your wisdom and your knowledge, and using that discernment to know with free will what vibration and frequency you want to be at and emitting, and from there, creating your reality and your relationship with your experience with other God beings, meaning that they are also God's source. You are God's source, as I am. And with that, we get to create the experience of seeing ourselves through the other. And that is unconditional love. All right, my friends. This is jam-packed full of information, I know. Listen to it a couple times because this was a lot of information there, but it's super, super powerful, helpful. I do have one-to-one mentoring spaces available. If you're interested in learning more about that or what that looks like, DM me. I'm happy to have a conversation with you about what it would look like to work together. Have a beautiful rest of your Friday and get the weekend started out right. Have fun. Go out and experience and really yoke your spiritual being into the physical form and go out there and just have some fun, man. All right. Love you all. Talk to you soon. I'll see you on the next video.